What is going on? I'm going to be doing a coloring stream today. Just to get some stuff done. How's everybody doing today? Let's see. There we go. Hmm. Get some music going.
I just wanna.
Who you? How's it going?
How are you doing?
Ah, no, you're roboting.
Wonderful.
Well, that came through.
Okay. Good.
Maybe you just needed time to adjust.
Mm-hmm. We've been having all these like windstorms and stuff. I've been messing with my internet for work all week.
That's not good.
Yeah. So what are you working on today?
I am coloring the well. Marrk Mulgrave's book.
Nice.
What's the internet like over in Bryant? Is that where you're moving to, Bryant
Yeah, well, Brian.
or Bryant?
Yeah, it's fine. Well, there's internet there, so that's that's the upside to it.
Real internet.
Yeah, like actual internet. The funny thing is, like this past weekend, we visited Amanda. There's a really bad phone reception there, so like my phone internet doesn't work, but like the regular internet is fine. But like every other time we've gone, it's worked just fine. But everyone's blaming Suddenlink for the bad reception around there. I don't know what's going on with that, but I've not heard good things about Suddenlink. That's why they changed their name to Optimum.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah, but oh well. Like I said, at least I have internet. That's something.
Yeah. Yeah, I just realized, because I've been looking at my Photoshop, that over on StreamYard, it's not moving, is it?
What's not moving? Like your cursor, or
Is it showing that I'm coloring stuff or no?
I see color, but I don't see anything changing right now.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm like scrolling down and it's not moving.
Oh, weird. Is it frozen?
I guess so. Like I had to I stopped sharing earlier and then reshared.
Mm-hmm.
Let me change this. Yeah, let me remove it and then put it back on again.
Right.
I guess it's having issues.
I've never seen it do that before.
Yeah, me either. It's weird.
All right, I see your cursor, and yeah, it's moving.
It's moving now. Yeah, it wasn't before though. It was just kind of frozen.
Yeah.
Crazy. Oh well. Oh, and there it goes. It froze again.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, it's not moving again. What is going on? What are you doing to me, StreamYard?
You're danging me. You're royally danging me.
All right.
Was there like an update maybe to their website? Maybe there's some bugs or something.
Maybe. I don't know.
You can't really blame software because you don't install anything for StreamYard.
Right. Okay. It's moving there. Yeah, it seems like if I pull out so that I can see my controls on StreamYard, that's when it kind of freezes on me.
Oh.
So I have to stay in Photoshop. I can't back out. That's lame.
What an odd challenge.
But anyways. So you know what I did recently for the first time in a while is I listened to some Afghan Wigs.
Yeah. What did you listen to? A particular album or just some music?
Yeah, I went through the whole album of it's called Spade.
Oh yeah, in spades.
In Spades, yes. Is that Afghan Wigs or is that Twilight Singers? I can't remember.
That's Afghan Wigs. That was the first one they released in like 15, 20 years or something like that.
In Spades, and then I also listened to How Do You Burn?
How Do You Burn? Oh yeah, okay.
And actually, I liked How Do You Burn better than
Yep.
In Spades.
Yeah.
Have you heard that album?
I know I listened to it before, but I can't remember the songs that are. Is that the one that has In Shots on there?
Yes.
Okay, that's probably my favorite song off of the album.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Like I hadn't been listening to their music in a while, so
Yeah.
it was fun to get back to it. And listen to this gritty style.
You know who I dipped out for a few, man, like almost 10 years probably, is Joseph Arthur. I haven't listened to his music in a very long time.
Oh.
And then I recently looked into like some of his stuff again, and I forgot how fun. Like they're not all for me, but like some of the songs are pretty fun. Like that he did with the Lonely Astronauts.
Oh yeah.
Like that song Diamond Ring.
Yeah, that's a very experimental album.
Yeah. Well, I guess 2 albums. I didn't remember he did 2 albums with them.
Yeah, was it Temporary People and what was it called? Or was it just called like Joseph Arthur and the Lonely Astronauts?
It might have just been called Joseph Arthur and the Lonely Astronauts, and then the other one was called Temporary People.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the first album was definitely better than the second.
Yeah. But he was very creative at that time.
Yeah.
He was putting out like an album every couple of months or something. But I think that's around the time he was doing his EPs, right? Like he did 6 EPs or 4 EPs in a year.
Yeah, it was right before that. It was kind of leading up to that.
I was leading up to that. Okay.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna have to re-upload it again.
Refresh.
I made the mistake of backing out to look at my controls again. And... Come on,
Training you to be some kind of ninja master with your controls, where you got to do it without looking.
Stay with me.
Is it because you're sharing a window, maybe, and not like a screen?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Don't know. But anyways, what have you been up to?
We just got back from getting groceries this morning, and then we got some Chinese food for lunch.
What'd you get?
We got hibachi steak.
Hibachi.
It's pretty good. From I think it's just called Hibachi Express or something like that.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, not bad. Kind of wish they had seasoned the steak a little bit more. I put some soy sauce on it, and that made it better, but it's a little plain. But I don't eat hibachi enough to know that that's not what I ordered.
Right.
Did you say you were going to Collinsville this afternoon or somewhere else this afternoon?
I was gonna go to Bartlesville, but I did not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were predicting like lots of rain today, so
Oh,
decided, nah, it's not a good time to go out and do stuff.
yeah.
So I'll probably just wait till next week or the week after to go get my new drawing desk.
Mm. You said it was like a podium or something?
Yeah, it's a podium. I decided I'm gonna use my drafting table. Like I'm gonna, cause like the bottom part, like where I draw, that's where it's rough and like cut into from like running razor blades and stuff across it.
Yeah.
And so my plan is to cut a piece of it. Oh man, I lost it again. So yeah, my plan is to cut the lower half off. Not the lower half, but like the lower maybe quarter of it off and flip it around. And then use that side. I'm going to attach that to the top of the podium so I can draw on that.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, because the other, like I said, the top half is still pretty good, pretty smooth.
Yeah. Yeah, the top half of that, or like the very top of it's probably brand new. We never have
Pretty
to use
much.
that part.
Exactly. That's just like where my light stand is attached to. All right, I'm going to remove this again. And reshare. Stupid StreamYard. All right. There we go.
I like the art style of this. Who's the artist on this?
His name is Ron Mosecki.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with him, but I've seen him draw a couple of things now. Yeah, he's got a nice style.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. What about you? How's drawing going for you?
Drawing's going fine. Last night, I ended up just like digging a brand new hole in the backyard instead of drawing. So my hand's still tired, like I've been drawing all night, but I don't have any of the production to back it up.
You're strengthening your drawing muscles.
Yeah, or just breaking them, whatever. But yeah, that's the plan for today. I have a more open schedule today, so I'll work on it. And like I said, I'm pretty confident I can finish, or at least get very close to finishing in today. I can start on the next page of it.
Nice.
But yeah, that's something I learned is that architecture really takes it out of me. Architecture, yeah, like just drawing like little windows, making sure everything's as symmetrical as I can get it, and
Yeah.
And like I like the finished product of it. Like, okay, yeah, this looks nice. This looks like enough like a real building, and it's unique enough to where it doesn't look like it's uh, the building that I was referencing. But yeah, like just those little lines. I'm so used to being, I guess, gestural with my lines for like more organic objects, not necessarily just not buildings, but like you can play a little bit with the lines of a car or a gun, because you give it a little bit of action, a little weight and movement.
Right.
But a static building is just like, all right, this got to be pretty precise.
Grr. I lost it again.
Yeah, that's odd. It's never come up before.
No, it's never done that before. And I can tell because now I know there's like a little yellow line that goes around the entire screen.
Mm,
And it's when I lose that yellow line, that's when I know that it's dead on StreamYard. All right. I hate you, StreamYard. Yeah, it's never done this to me before. Just decided to be a jerk today. Okay. Oh, come on. I accidentally hit outside to expand it. I accidentally hit outside and then it killed the screen again.
yeah, it's very unforgiving.
I will unforgive it back. All right. Be very careful with what I touch now. There we go. So what do you think your production is going to be like going forward for drawing?
Ugh, I don't know, man. I really did think it would be something like 3 pages a week or maybe 2 pages a week, but I forget. I'm really bad about like forgetting that I have other responsibilities and stuff I need to do.
Stupid responsibilities.
Yeah. I just kind of imagine my schedule is fixed, and I forget like other things kind of come up. But I don't know. I'd probably get like
So right now you're like
maybe
at 2 pages a month.
a month. Yeah. And we'll see how fast I finish this one. Maybe it'll be 2 pages every 2 months. I don't know.
Page a month.
Page a month. Not bad. Not bad. No. I don't know. I think I maybe conservatively estimated to be like a page a week or something like that after this. Assuming nothing else comes up, I should be okay. If we're gonna have like a pipe burst or the power doesn't go out or something, I have to fix that.
Right. So we should have issue 1 in about 2 years then.
Yeah, and barring any natural disasters, sure, I don't see why not.
3 years max.
That's still not bad considering most or some Indiegogo campaigns.
Yeah, that's true.
And at least we haven't run our campaign yet.
Yeah, that's true. We haven't launched it yet. Yeah, if we need to push it back another year, we could do that. I could just run the Second Chance campaign on Volume 2 next year. Buy us another year.
Yeah.
Maybe we were too ambitious to try and pump out those 10 issues.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's see what I can do. It's frustrating, like how close I get to like finishing a project around the house, and then something else will happen. I'm like, yeah, we kind of need to take care of this now. I'm like, oh, but we were done. We were so close to done.
Just light a match, dude. Just light a match and let it burn.
Let me get all my stuff out of here first. I got a lot of art books, really expensive art books that I need to save first. And it's one of those things too where like the project is, if you get this, you solve an entire chain of problems you've been having. And I'm like, oh, I'm so close. It's always just out of reach. And that's how they get you.
What's your most valuable art book?
That's a good question. Probably my John Buscema one. As far as like valuable to me, that's probably the most valuable one to me.
Which one was your most expensive one?
Ooh, probably the Jim Lee one. Like, I try not to spend more than $100 on these things, but sometimes it's like, it's dropping and they're selling as it's dropping, so I should probably pick it up before it sells out, and then all that's left is the resellers market, and then the price just goes back up.
Right.
So like the John Byrne X-Men one and the Jim Lee one are probably the only ones I have, well, besides the John Buscema one, that were over 100. And I promised myself I wasn't going to buy any more until after I move, and after I get married and I've got a more permanent residence.
Gotta be tough.
Yeah, it is. Because I've also got like a lot of the I had just started getting into like collecting all of the like Marvel essentials of like really popular artists, and like stuff that's just black and white. It's just the ink work, so it's really nice to see it.
Yeah.
I started growing that, and now I'm like, I got to tell myself, okay, you can't look for any more for like another month and a half. I might sell some of my older, like not my art books, but like some of the other books that I've been just buying, and I looked through them. They were cool, but like, maybe it's not for me. I'm part of the like a Transformers group on Facebook, and they were talking about the comic books, and somebody had posted a picture of the IDW Transformers run, like the first volume of it. They were like, hey, I was looking for this recently and realized that it's selling for a lot of money on eBay. Does anybody have one they'd be willing to sell for a little cheaper? And I was like, well, it can't be that expensive. Like I bought those books for like $20-$30 or something like that. So I checked it, and on eBay it's selling for like $400.
Wow.
Yeah. So I might sell that one. I don't know.
Nice. Some honeymoon money.
Yeah.
Are you guys
enjoy that?
Yeah. Are you guys going anywhere? Or?
Yeah, we're going to Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a museum and aquarium and stuff. There's a few things there that we kind of like to do. We were looking for a place that's relatively close by that would have like the things that we enjoy seeing
Yeah,
whenever we go on vacation. So that seemed to be like the closest place that had the most things that we like to do.
that's cool.
Yeah. And then maybe next year we'll take like another, for our anniversary, we'll go to like another place that has more of that stuff just a little further away.
Like New Mexico.
That's too far.
Go to Amarillo, Texas this time.
South Oklahoma. Yeah, we got this Airbnb next to that big lake or stream or whatever that runs through Hot Springs.
Yeah, I don't
It
know.
was
I
pretty
never
nice.
been there.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I assume it's a popular lake because it like runs through like the entire area. So like, well, I'm sure everybody knows that, but me, I'm not good with geography or Arkansas.
Where's it at? Is it like north, west, east, south? Like we're in Arkansas.
It is somewhere. I just told you I'm not good at Arkansas or geography. I don't know, man. It's somewhere in there. It's where Bill Clinton's from. You know that place.
Little Rock.
Something like that. So what about you? Do you have any books that you think you'd ever sell, or have you pretty much collected only the stuff you think you're going to keep?
I don't know. I'd probably have to go through my collection and see if there's anything that I would sell. I think I just love comic books too much that I just don't want to let go of anything. Like even if it's like NFL Super Pro, like I would still want to keep it just to say I had it.
Yeah, it's part of history.
It is. It's like it holds memories for me, you know.
Not even like one of your 3 or 4 copies.
Each one came to me in its very own unique, special way.
Each one is more valuable than the last.
My emotions. I'm still waiting for MCU to come out with that NFL Super Pro movie.
Yeah.
Who would you cast as NFL Super Pro? Let's do that.
My God.
Let's do that fan casting.
NFL Super Pro. Who's the name of the guy that plays Reacher? Richardson?
Oh, Alan Richardson or something like that? Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get him in there. He wants to be Batman. He wants to be somebody important. Let's make him NFL Super Pro.
Hey, he was already Aquaman. What more does he want?
He was already the best Aquaman we ever had.
That's true. Would you say that? Would you?
Oh, he was definitely the most accurate one we probably had, like visually accurate. I don't know. Didn't he have to like constantly drink water in Smallville though? Like, wasn't there like a weird catch to him? He got dried out too fast.
Probably. Sounds about right.
They had to give him some kind of kryptonite.
I can only drink salt water. There's not enough fish poop in this water. Need.
You have like some goldfish water.
Oh, delicious. It's those tiny little nuggets that do it for me.
Still hungry.
Makes it a little beefy. That's disgusting, Aquaman.
That's why nobody likes you, Aquaman. You're gross and weird. Who were NFL Super Pros enemies in that book? I know he fights somebody. Was it Hydra or was it just another organization?
He fights dehydration with Gatorade. The sports
Gives you the electrolytes you need.
Yeah, I honestly I don't remember. He fights crooked agents. Want to exploit young athletes.
He fights salary caps.
And Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is
Jerry Jones in like a like a Lex Luthor type suit, but it's colored like a Dallas Cowboy uniform.
That would be awesome. Seriously, this needs to be a movie. So, killing NFL super pros like circumcising a mosquito. We'll just use all his weird Jerry Jones-isms.
Oh, Mr. Jones, you're so weird.
I don't know, maybe it should be an ex NFL player. Ooh, Rob Gronkowski.
Gronk?
Oh, Gronk.
Yeah, I can see that.
It would be like I could see it as a television show on NBC.
Mm-hmm.
Just really cheaply made. Yeah, you know they're gonna pull the plug after the first season.
Maybe the first season. Definitely the first, 3 or 4 episodes. It'd be a Peacock show.
Yeah, that's true. Only on Peacock.
Something they really don't have faith in, but they want to use the idea before anyone else does.
Just to say they did. We can have guest appearances with Tom Brady, Tony Romo, Peyton Manning. Oh, maybe Peyton Manning could play the villain.
I've never heard a villain talk quite like Peyton Manning could. His Allstate commercials or whatever it is.
Yeah. Always be eating his chicken parm.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know what villains would you have him fight against?
I imagine they'd have to be like the sport themed ones, right? Like that would make the most sense, I guess. Um, am I thinking of DC? Isn't there like a sports master?
You're thinking of DC, yeah.
Nah. There's got to be some like silver or golden age villains called like a skater hater or something like that.
Skinhead Sam.
The skinhead leatherhead. He like throws bombs that are like shaped like footballs, but only at people he doesn't like.
Right. Trying to think of any sports themed villains that Marvel has, but I can't really come up with any.
Hmm.
Hey, don't get me wrong, Marvel had some corny villains too, but nothing like that, I don't think.
Yeah, or at least not ones that were popular enough to where we would have heard of them.
Yeah. Of course. Stop sharing.
Hmm. I guess the only other thing would be just like mobster people that would like bet on the NFL.
He's going after
You know,
bookies.
Yeah, he's going after bookies. Well, I can imagine him going after like what's his name, Hammerhead or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe Tombstone.
I could see that.
Imagine him fighting Galactus by like kicking footballs at his face.
That would be awesome. The universe was almost destroyed, but it was saved by Rob Gronkowski as NFL Super Pro.
What a clunky name. NFL Super Pro. I wonder who created NFL Super Pro and if they're still proud of that idea.
I'm sure it was just done as a gimmick, you know.
Licensing issue. Like,
Yeah, they had to.
We gotta do something. Put this guy on it.
It's like, well, it's kind of like with Larry Hama. You know, like they created the G.I. Joe toys, and they're like, we need comic books. Give it to Larry Hama.
Yeah. Or Combo Man.
Oh yeah, Combo Man. I forgot about him. We should have a team up. Combo Man, NFL Super Pro.
Now that's America. Salty snacks and American football.
Yes. Yeah, you know, NFL Super Pro's like cramping up or something. He's like, here, you need salt.
Your combo levels are dangerously low, NFL Super Pro. Here, have this.
One package of combos has all the sodium you need for the rest of your life. If it doesn't end it.
Man, you need like a gallon of water after one pack of combos. You are thirsty after all that bread and salt.
I can't remember. I had combos not too long ago. I think I was on a trip, going on a trip somewhere, and I was like, man, I remember when I was a kid, I used to love these. So I got a package, and I was like, not as good as I remember them being.
What flavor did you get? Cheese or pizza?
Pizza.
Yeah, that's the one.
It was always pizza. But I was watching X-Men 97 this morning with Crystal.
Mm-hmm.
And afterwards, we were just talking about the X-Men and in general. And I asked her, do you remember the Pizza Hut combos that came out? You know, they like told you the video cassette. And she's like, no, I don't think we had that in Alaska. So I was like, well, I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look it up on YouTube just to see if I can find a commercial. And sure enough, it was like 4 or 5 commercials popped up. I was like, awesome.
Nice.
So I played those for her. But yeah, I remember those good times.
Who was part of the interview before the episode?
It was Stanley, Scott Lobdell, Fabian Nicieza, and Bob Harris.
Okay, I remembered Bob Harris was there, and I remember Stan Lee, but I didn't know the other two names at the time, so I forgot about them over the years.
Those were good times.
Mm-hmm.
How many of those cassettes did we have? Do you remember those VHS tapes?
I only remember having one, but maybe we had more. I just don't remember them. We had. I know we had the first episode.
Okay, I thought we had at least 2, but maybe we didn't.
Yeah. Hmm.
you watch this last episode of X-Men 97?
No, I haven't seen it yet. I'll probably watch it this weekend. Was it good?
Yeah, it was good. I don't think anything's ever gonna top that episode. Was it 5?
Episode 5, yeah. To be honest, I haven't even seen the intro since episode 5. I heard that they changed it though, to where it's Nightcrawler now. He's got the intro where Gambit used to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought he was in there too, like on that episode with Gambit.
Yeah, he was in there. I just mean like they don't have the Gambit intro anymore. They replaced him with Nightcrawler in the intro.
Yeah, no, and I'm saying like I thought in that episode they had both Gambit and Nightcrawler in the intro.
Or did they? Okay.
I thought they did, but I didn't really pay too close attention to that.
Yeah.
I watched The Accountant recently.
Oh yeah, with Ben Affleck, right?
Yeah, have you seen that one?
I haven't seen that one, but I hear it's pretty accurate to what accountants do.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, like an Aaron Sorkin thriller.
Yeah, there's like stacks of paper, and he has to go through them before the end of the day.
Yeah.
And he just chugs lots of coffee and takes care of business.
And he starts accounting for things.
And yeah, and it's like taking place in real time, so you don't know if he's really going to make it or not. Real time, those last 2 hours.
April 1st is the next day. He's got to file all this stuff. You're not sure if his internet connection is good enough for it.
Yeah. Exciting. No, yeah, it was actually a pretty good movie. It kind of made me think of like it was going to be his Bourne Identity.
Oh, yeah. I think they are making another one, though, right?
I had heard that, but man, it's been like
10 years.
6 years at least, I think.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything else about it?
Well, I heard that probably in the past few months that there's still hope for another one, but I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting because he's like on autistic or on the spectrum a little.
Yeah.
And so he doesn't take visual cues, like read human emotion very well. That was interesting.
I just imagine him like killing somebody and then going over there like, "Are you dead? I'm really bad at reading social cues."
Really bad at facial expressions.
Poking him with his gun. Hey, are you dead? When is Cobra Kai coming back?
It should be coming back this year. Well, no, 2025 actually.
Hmm.
I think that's what I heard. Or I might
Like
be confusing that with Stranger Things.
Oh, okay.
I have to double check. I know one of them is coming back 2025, but I don't remember which one.
Well, if either of them is coming back this year, I would have imagined I'd have seen more advertising for it by now. Because those are both summer shows, aren't they?
Yeah.
They typically release them in the summer. Oh, but there was the writer's strike. I forgot about that. That's what pushed them back. Because I was thinking like that's like a 3-year waiting period between I think all of those.
Yeah, that's what set them back.
So let me ask you a question about storytelling. I was thinking about this the other day, and I was like, I need to ask Ben about that one. I'm sorry if you can hear erasing in the background. I'm working on this page while I'm talking. It's gonna sound like a whale is boogieing down in the background.
The seal.
The seal, yeah. Kiss from a Rose is gonna come out. So I was thinking about this. I've only seen the reviews, right? Like I haven't read any of Eric July's comic books or anything like that. So I won't say like they're good or bad or anything. But what I have seen is that it doesn't seem like there's a lot of heroism like being portrayed in that, in terms of like he's not going for that. I think he has himself said like these aren't really superhero people. And that kind of got me thinking like about our conversation yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago, when we were talking about Lost and how the writers of that show were able to make you like a character regardless if they were a good guy or a bad guy or what their intentions really were. And I remember thinking like I really liked Sawyer, and that's a really good example of a guy who's more or less really bad. You really shouldn't like that guy on paper, or at least like if you were just given like a general description of who he was. And I'm trying to remove Josh Holloway from it because I know he played a big part in liking that character. He's a good-looking guy. He's very charismatic. He had that like southern drawl to his voice, and so he's like, oh, okay, yeah, he's kind of charming just hearing him and looking at him. But just in a storytelling perspective, how do you make a non-heroic character still likable in terms of comics?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think any character can become likable, whether he's a hero or even a villain. If you give him certain attributes that make him, I don't want to say admirable, but I can't really think of any other term.
Like redeeming, maybe?
Not even redeeming, because like I said, you can do this with a villain too. But
yeah,
if you give a character a villain trait that makes him, and I hate to use the word cool because that just cheapens what I'm trying to say, but I can't think of another word. Make him cool. Make him. And I can't think of another word other than admirable. You just give him a trait that it's like, oh, that's really cool that he's that way. And I think that Sawyer had like an attitude, and he had a certain he had skills. He had like a certain skill. Like he was able to take care of himself. Like he would steal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He was a con man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think just giving him a trait that he's really
Maybe
good
something
at.
respectable.
Yeah,
It's like I don't like what you do, but I can respect how you did it.
right.
Like Better Call Saul. Like he's on paper, he's a bad guy, but you watch his life kind of unfold from a protagonist point of view, I guess. And
Yeah, that's another good example. Think about Gus. Gus was a bad guy,
mhm.
but you respected Gus, and we all like admired the fact that he was an intelligent criminal.
Yeah,
Like everything he did was with a purpose, and like everybody else is playing chess, like the saying goes.
yeah.
But yeah, like Better Call Saul, a lot of those characters are just bad people.
Yeah.
Horrible people, but you end up rooting for them because either they have the skill that you admire, or you make them sympathetic by putting them in a position that you're like, yeah, I would make the same choice that they would make if I was in that situation.
Yeah.
And I think those are the two things: make them sympathetic and make them admirable. Give them an admirable skill or trait.
I'm thinking about like Lalo in the last season of Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
He was definitely more respectable, I think, than sympathetic, but you still kind of understood why he was doing what he was doing.
Right. Yeah, Lalo was a cool villain.
Yeah.
He's the guy that scared you because he was so smart.
Yeah. He was smarter than he really should have been for who he was.
Right. He was smart and he was dangerous. Like you never knew how he was going to react. He was a little unpredictable. Yeah. Very psychotic.
Mm-hmm.
Like once you got to know him, because at first you're like, this guy's nice. He's a nice guy, very disarming smile, charismatic.
And you assume that that's his weapon, is his charisma.
Right. And the guy was relentless. I mean, it was a couple of times he should have been dead, and he would just keep on going.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a great show to think about that on, because like I said, just about every character on that show was a villain in some way, but also a hero in some way. They're all the heroes of their own stories, but
right.
Because even Saul himself, like he did a lot of stuff that was pretty terrible and horrible, but at the same time, you feel sympathetic towards him because the way his brother treated him, the way life treated him, and you want to see him win, even if it takes illegal means to do it.
Yeah,
it's fun to be in on the joke, where you're seeing someone else get scammed.
Mm-hmm.
Those writers did a good job of taking you along for the ride. Yeah, good show.
Good show, yeah.
I don't know. What do you think? Why did you like Sawyer? What was it about him?
I think I did respect his ability to do stuff. I think you're right. It did have a lot to do with how resourceful he was and how he was able to negotiate with people, how he was able to talk to people. And that was the part that I was like, I do respect that part of him. I may not like his means of doing stuff, like his end game. Like he was kind of a gouger and whatever. But like yeah, I think that's what it was. I kind of respected that about him. He was a con man through and through. Hmm. I think also like you kind of see your villains have principles, and that kind of helps to humanize them, not necessarily justify them, but it does kind of help you see like, okay, they're still a person because there are still people they care about. They're doing this to protect someone. Like Lalo was really loyal to the Salamanca family, or Gus was still loyal to like his people, his employees to some extent.
Yeah.
And I think that also helps to ground your characters in reality, because no one is all the way evil just to be evil. They usually have something that they're trying to maintain.
Who are some of your favorite villains in movies?
The Universal monsters. Creature from the Black Lagoon was a pretty cool villain. But like if we're talking about like like the reasons that we're talking about, like where you still you almost root for the bad guy a little bit, or at least you're partial to him. You hope he doesn't die. Maybe he gets his comeuppance, but maybe he doesn't die.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I don't know. What about you? I'm still thinking about my answer.
I can't think of his name right off the bat, but the villain from Inglourious Bastards.
Oh yeah, Londa was the character name. Christopher Waltz.
Yeah. Yes.
Or Christoph Waltz. Yeah.
Christoph Waltz. Yeah, his character on that movie when he was on screen, it's pretty intense.
That's a good point. Now thinking of Quentin Tarantino movies, I liked Harvey Keitel in Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah,
He's technically a bad guy, but I mean, they're all bad guys, but he's like the least bad of the bad guys.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's the guy that kind of feels torn at the end, you know.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do?
Man. And what an ending for him too.
Yeah.
The guy's like lying in his arms. He's just killed somebody for him, and he's like, "I'm a cop," and he starts screaming, "Yeah!" He's about to kill him too. The cops bust in.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Mm.
Has there ever been a good guy that you didn't like? You're like, this guy's supposed to be the hero of a movie, but you just don't feel connected to him.
It probably is. I don't know. That's a good question, though. That might explain like some of the movies I just don't like. Like I just don't connect to the characters on some level. Um, hmm. You know, probably. And I don't know if this really counts though. Like I feel like you're not really supposed to, but like the protagonists in like all of the like Friday 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street movies, where I know we've talked about that before, but like really the point of those characters is just like they're all kind of bad and they all kind of have it coming, so you root for
Right.
the bad guy to kill them. But then there's one who is just like the least offensive or just non-offensive to the viewer. And that's the one that you're supposed to be like, oh, she's going to win or he's going to make it through to the end. And I feel like that's not, like I said, I don't know if that really counts because that's kind of what they're going for,
Right.
I feel like. So you don't miss any of the characters that die and you're just having a bad time for 2 hours. But that does bug me a little bit. Like, I kind of wish that you at least really liked some of those characters. You don't have to like all of them, but I really wish that you would like some of those characters, that it was written that way.
Right.
So that way it had more of an emotional impact when they do die, or you kind of are on the edge of your seat. That's what I think puts you on the edge of your seat, is like, oh, I don't know if the character I like is going to make it or not. Like you're watching Game of Thrones or something.
Right, because there's stakes involved now. You're invested.
Right, like you're invested. You care about these characters rather than just like, oh man, I hope that one dies next.
It's so annoying. Hope they hurry up and kill Paris Hilton in this movie.
Dude, I'm already tired of Coolio. Get him out of here.
Poor Coolio.
I'm not even sure if he died in that movie. I know he was in that Halloween movie.
Every time I think of Coolio, I think of his line in I can't remember the name of the movie where he's like, I know what your weakness is. Bullets.
Oh no, that was LL Cool J. But yeah,
Oh yeah, Cool J. That's what I'm thinking of.
but I think he was also in that movie H2O. Yeah,
What was that movie? Was that?
Mind Hunters or something like that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was My Hunters.
With Val Kilmer, and I don't remember the name of the girl, the lead girl in that. They were the only two that survived. He's like, I know all of your weaknesses. And then LL Cool J shoots him. He's like, I know your weakness. Bullets. And he was right.
Oh yeah, that was a crappy movie. It was worth it for that line.
It was. I wonder how big of a laugh that got in the audiences, the theaters.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because like the whole movie is just, it's not that, It's not like a cheesy, like fun comedy movie. It's like really serious, and it's meant to be like genuinely scary. And then you get to the end, and that's his one-liner to kill the bad guy.
Bullets.
What about you? Is there a specific movie or a type of movie that you just can't get into because you don't connect to the protagonist or the hero characters at least?
Yeah, probably one that I didn't feel like too attached to. Do you remember the movie Torque?
Oh wow, yeah, from like 2001.
Yeah. Like that movie was cool because of the motorcycle driving, and I feel like I should have really been into that movie more than it was, because it's basically Fast and Furious on bikes.
Yeah.
And it should have been a really cool movie, and some aspects of it were fun and dumb. It's just a fun, dumb action movie. Yeah. But yeah, I just couldn't connect to the main character, and I like that actor. Like he's the guy that was on Grudge.
Yeah.
That died at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like that actor. Like I think he's a good actor, and I thought that his character in that movie Grudge was not Grudge.
Torque.
No.
Oh.
What's the name of that movie? It's like The Grudge, but it's not. It's like the girl in the well.
Oh yeah, not The Grudge. 7 Days. The Ring.
The Ring. There we go. Yeah, I knew I had the name of the movie wrong. I was like, that's why I stopped.
But I knew what movie you were talking about. Yeah.
But yeah, you know what I mean.
The Grudge in the Well.
Yeah, same movie. No, but I really liked him in The Well and or The Ring. Gosh, did it again. Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah, I liked him in The Ring, and so I was looking forward to this movie. I thought it was cool that he was getting his own movie, but yeah, like there was no depth to the character, and so yeah, I didn't feel especially connected to it. But that's just me. I'm sure if I really thought about it, I'd come up with a few others, but that's the one that kind of came to mind.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, yeah, like the more recent movie for that would probably be like Captain Marvel.
Yeah, there you
go. Yeah, that one was. I think that one was just kind of handled awkwardly because of her memory loss. She had like a personality loss too. Like she wasn't connected to anybody. Well, I say personality, but I guess like what I mean is like her relationships were very like superficial. She didn't have any like real connections to anyone, and so she didn't show compassion or anything to anybody, so it was kind of hard to connect with her.
That's a good point. And yeah, it's definitely a good example of a hero character. It's like, all right if they lose.
Yeah,
Like I've seen the first one, I don't need to see the second one, so
right.
I still haven't seen the second one. Have you?
Yeah, no, I haven't. I haven't watched a Marvel movie probably since, ooh, maybe Shang-Chi was the last one I watched,
Mm.
and that was probably like 2 years ago, something like that,
Yeah.
maybe three. Um,
So, so you didn't watch the Ant-Man movie?
no, I didn't. I didn't watch Guardians, and those were the two that I did want to see because I was like, I like Ant-Man, I like that franchise, and I like Guardians, I like that franchise, but they came out and they were there, and I still haven't gotten around to watching them.
Interesting.
Yeah. I guess another thing is like my attention span is just shot. Like if I'm not going to the movies and sitting down in a theater away from all distractions, it's so easy for me to just pick up my iPad and I'll start like sketching or something, or I'll just start like scrolling through Pinterest or Instagram or something like that when the movie's going on. Hmm.
You working on the page right now?
Yeah, can you hear it in the background?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to turn it around so I can see it a little bit better. Like I fixed Derek's face, but I think I need to lower his eye or move it around a little bit. This is really the only way I can see like the major flaws with it is if I turn it around, which is crazy. Gotta turn the page around and put it up to the light to see the reverse of it. Yeah, that's better. Not bad. It only took me 3 tries for that face.
So what's your experience been like working on this book?
So far, I'm only 2 pages in, or a page and 3/4 in, but yeah, it's been pleasant.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. First page gave me a false sense of security. That was neat. First page, I was like, "Oh yeah, I know this. This is atmospheric. I know what I'm doing. I've drawn these types of things before." Second page, I'm like, "All right, I've drawn buildings before. This isn't bananas," but trying to give it like a sense of, because I know it's going to play more of a role in the story. Like I gotta make it like a little bit more visually interesting to look at. Put a little bit more time into it and reference. Like I referenced a little bit of like Texas Tech as well.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because I was like, I like the little details they put in there in Texas Tech. They have this thing about like not wasting a whole lot of room in their facades. Like they put like this. I won't say it's intricate, but there's always like something going on in some of their faces of their buildings.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of like that. Like I like the like it doesn't read too busy, I don't think, when they do it. So I didn't put like a huge amount of detail to where it's like gonna blur the image, but I did like that idea of you put like little columns in here, you put little like balconies and stuff. They're false balconies because they don't want the lawsuit of kids falling out of their buildings, but they have these nice little railings up there and stuff, and it looks nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm trying to blend it a little bit with the Dutch architecture, the Sleepy Hollow architecture. But yeah, overall, it's been a nice experience. I like drawing comic books. I just wish I had more time to do it.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. He looks less like Beavis now. That's good. That's what we're going for.
Yes. Less like Beavis is always a good thing.
I'm not saying he doesn't look like Beavis at all. He just looks less like Beavis.
Goals.
Are you done coloring for today?
No, I'm done flatting that page.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna finish coloring this one that I had started. So I'm gonna share that right now. But I need to step away for a minute and I'll be right back.
All right, sounds good.
Let me go ahead and share my screen before I go. Wow.
Ah.
There we go. All right, I'll be back in a second.
All right, sounds good. And for anybody listening, if you're watching this on replay or something, you've been wondering, what's this music we're listening to? I think this is Bright Lights by John. Well, the band, the man is named Bright Lights, the man band, and then the guy is John Parfit. Him and his brothers have a podcast, Belief Hole, and it's really fun. I listen to it every time it comes on. They have these live premieres. It's pretty neat. You can go on there, chat with other people that listen to the show, and chat with, I think, two of the brothers show up for that. The twins, Jeremy and Chris.
All right, I'm back.
Okay.
Are you ready for me to change the song, or are you good with this one?
I'm good with that one. It's up to you.
Okay.
Do you have to upload it into StreamYard?
Yeah, I downloaded like an album and a half, I think, onto StreamYard.
Yeah.
I wish it would do like a loop play. Like I could just like set up a playlist and it would just go loop through all of them.
Yeah.
And come back around, but it doesn't do that. So, oh well. So yeah, this is the page I'm working on right now.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Turn off these effects. Work on these faces.
So, I know you said it doesn't really matter what a flatter colors something as, so long as it's a different color than the stuff around it, right?
Right.
But whenever you're flatting your own stuff, do you kind of put that forethought into it at that point, or not yet? Or are you just trying to get through the flatting process?
I'm just trying to get through the flatting process. Sometimes I do that. Like I'll use like what they call the local color, which is what the color is going to be.
Yeah.
When I'm not being creative and I can't think of another color to use, I just like grab instinctively. I'll just grab, like, I know this guy's sweater is red, so I'll just grab the color red.
Yeah.
That type of thing. But like when I'm first coloring something, or if I'm doing like a cover or pinup, I like to use different colors just because it breaks my mind from that tendency, and I just start my brain thinking a little more freely as far as color goes. I start thinking more about the emotion.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'll show you my flats here. Like those are my flats.
Mm-hmm.
Hide all my other effects I got going on here. But yeah, these are my flats for this page.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can see his skin's like bright orange and almost like a blondish color, and some funky colors going on here. And then
yeah.
And this is my render layer here.
Interesting.
Drinking too much coffee today.
Impossible.
Oh, it's possible. Especially for me, man. I've got such a weak stomach for like acidic drinks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, like if I drink coffee and I don't eat anything, my stomach hurts.
Oh,
Kinda like,
yeah, okay.
Like, I don't know if you've ever like taken vitamins on an empty stomach and your stomach just feels upset.
No, I've never taken vitamins.
What's that?
I've never done anything healthy for my body. I have drank like a whole like
Two
a
liters of
32
Mountain
ounce
Dew?
Yeti cup of coffee and not eaten anything all day. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no bueno for me. Like my stomach's just like, "Are you trying to kill us?"
You know what's funny is like that used to happen to me whenever I would be at work. Like I could drink like a bunch of coffee, but if I didn't eat something by at least 1 o'clock, like I would drink the coffee probably like at 10 in the morning, 9 in the morning. But if I hadn't eaten anything by 1 o'clock, it felt like the caffeine was burning its way through my stomach lining. Like
Yeah.
it was just too much acid in there. I was like, oh, I need to drink like a whole bottle of water right now, or go eat something.
Or I'm gonna die.
Yeah. But maybe now that, because what I'm doing right now, and I'm still, it's not really a diet. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody, but like, I'll drink like a whole, like a 32 ounce thing of coffee in the morning. But I don't eat until it's like dinner time. But I'm drinking a lot of water throughout the day, so the acid doesn't burn me too bad.
Hmm. Yeah, you're old when you start having conversations about coffee drinking.
I don't know. That's not necessarily true. I feel like hipsters will do that. They'll talk about their coffee.
Well, they talk about the coffee, but not how it affects their tummies. That's like old people talk.
Tummy is definitely old people talk, yeah.
Like when you're young, you don't think about these things. You just like scarf whatever you put in front of
Yeah.
us. Remember, we used to drink like 3 Rockstars a day.
Yeah, and then your shin started to wear away like Cotton Hill, and you had to stop.
My shins.
It took my shin. I do remember the first time I ate like a cookie for like breakfast time, and it started to hurt my stomach, and that's when I was like, "Oh no, I'm past my prime." I was barely like 23, like I was relatively young. Um, I think I was picking somebody up. It was like Rachel or Genevieve. I was picking them up for like somebody's graduation, and they were like, "Hey, you want a cookie?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." I'm young and alive, and so I ate it. And probably like 10 minutes later, my stomach was like, "You shouldn't have done that." And I was like, "We've done this plenty of times before. We've eaten worse things for breakfast." And yeah, like my stomach just started to be like, "No, I don't want any of this," and it started to throw a fit in there. Oh, that was so sad for me.
What kind of cookie was it?
It was like a sugar cookie. It wasn't even like a huge chocolate chip cookie or anything like that. It was just a regular. I don't even know. It was like one of the cookies you can get from like Market Street or HEB or something like that. I think it was just a sugar cookie or a butter cookie or something. Something I usually can't say no to. I'm like, I do like those cookies.
Yeah. Well, that's a shame.
And then I'll walk down the aisle of any supermarket and see things like Cookie Crisp cereal, and I'm like, your kids are insane. I just eat shards of broken glass while you're at it. Well, now I'm thinking about cookies. We're over here daydreaming about HEB marranitos and everything.
Maranitos.
Mm-hmm. I saw some at HEB that are like the size of pancakes, man. These things are huge.
Wow. You know what I had that we hadn't had in a long time was Chips Ahoy's cookies.
Oh, yeah.
Like, for some reason, the other day I was craving some. So I told Crystal, I was like, you know what? I'm going to run out and get us some cookies. You want some cookies? She's like, sure. Like, for some reason, I just really been craving Chips Ahoy's. I feel like I haven't had those since I was like 12 or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know why I was craving them, but I was.
That's all they care about is that you want them.
Yep. I'm like, I'm an adult. I can have cookies if I want to.
Who's going to stop me?
No one can stop me now, except for my wife. That's why I gotta make her an accomplice.
Make it think it was her idea.
Yeah. Oh, what's that? You said you wanted cookies? She's like, what? I didn't say you wanted cookies.
She's like asleep in the other room.
Yeah. Then I'm like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. I'll go get us some cookies. And she's like, oh, okay.
You're so smart. What would I do without you?
Go on cookieless. Yeah. Let me see. Do I like this face? Yeah, I do, actually. Okay.
Oh, have you gotten a chance to read Creature from the Black Lagoon yet?
I read the first, 5 pages of it just this morning, and then I was like, oh, I got to go do some shopping, so I got it all left. And but yeah, I need to get back to finish reading it. Yeah, so I guess I thought she was a cop just from when I had flipped through the pages, but it turns out she's a reporter.
Hmm.
But yeah, we'll see. See how it is. What about you? Have you read it or no?
No, I still haven't gotten it. I was planning on going this week, but like I said, I got busy with housework after regular work.
Digging ditches.
Nah, that's me, just digging my grave. time I dig a new hole, I'm like, this time I got it. This is the last one. I feel like an addict with digging holes now. This is the last one, I swear. I can quit whenever I want, but I can't. You were right, though. It is a good workout. So where I'm digging right now, there's what do you call it? Bamboo roots. So I have to take the axe and like start chopping the roots before I can start digging the dirt, which is it's like sand and clay and bits of concrete and more roots. So I can dig like maybe 5 inches, and then I have to get in there and like start snipping roots. And then I can start digging again, and then I take the axe and I start breaking down like more roots and stuff. I weighed myself after I came back inside because I was curious. I was sweating quite a bit. I came back inside and I weighed myself, and I had lost something like 3 pounds out there while I was working on it.
Man.
I'm like, how did I not pass out? I was 249 earlier, and I'm like 246 now. 245.
Wow.
Yeah.
Keep yourself hydrated.
Yeah, I drank a couple of 32-ounce waters when I came back inside. I also found out that I don't really get along with goats, it turns out.
Those silly billies.
Those silly billies. I'm a pretty passive person. I don't get bent out of shape if somebody's rude.
But if you're a goat, God help you.
If you're a goat, God have mercy on you, because I won't. I'll be out there and I'm digging, and like I'll get to a point where like I can't really dig with a shovel anymore. I have to dig with like a little trowel because I'm digging near the wires. And I'll get in there, and I've got this carpet that I have to lay down on, otherwise I get like poked and stabbed with all the bamboo branches and rocks that we have there.
Yeah.
So I'll lay down the blanket, and then, or it's not a blanket, it's like a little outdoors carpet. And I'll go get like my tools and stuff that I need. And as I'm walking back, like the goat will be standing on that carpet, just like staring at me like, what? This is my carpet now. And so I've got to shoo her off of it. And if I have to move it out of the way again so I can keep digging with the shovel, like I'll turn around and the goat will be like inching towards it and just like staring at me like, no, I'm not. And there'll be times where I'll turn around and she's got like one hoof on there just like staring at me like, I'm mostly on the ground, but like I still want to touch it a little bit. So I'll shoo her off. And then like yesterday, I was mostly done with everything. So I had put the carpet down. I was sitting in a chair. And the goat came over and just stood on the carpet and was just staring at me. And then immediately just started peeing on the carpet. Like, God damn it. I don't know what I did to you, goat. But I'm going to keep doing it if you're going to act like this.
You jerk.
That was funny. It's like it waited until like it thought I was tired and sitting down, and then it went over to the carpet, just unloaded. Goodness.
Don't let him get your goat. So do you think you're almost done out there? Not really.
I've been thinking that for like three weeks. Just one more day, just one more good day. I don't know, man. It's kind of a tricky situation because, like, I can say that, yeah, I'm pretty close to being done because I need to find where, like, a certain wire intersects with another wire that leads to our neighbor's house. If I can find that spot, then we just need to call the electrician to come out, cap it, you know, on the side that's heading to our neighbor's house, and then just make sure that the rest of the wire is intact and it's fine. And then I'll be done. And if that's the case, if I can find that, I'm done. I just need to find it and then call the guy and then we're done. But the thing is, like, I'm not sure where it intersects. Like, I'm digging and I'm like, I think it's here. And I've been using those rods to try to find where it intersects, and we find some trails, but we're not sure if that's the power line or if that's another water line or if that's something else underground that just for some reason the rods are picking up. Because they're really good for picking up the water lines. But, yeah. So maybe tonight when the sun goes down a little bit more, I'll head out there. There's like one more, there's one more little area that I can dig out that we think like maybe the wires could have run through here for some reason. But if I can't find that, then we may just call the guy and he'll come out, snip the wire right before it leaves our yard, and then we'll just have to hope that, you know, the connection to the main meter isn't in our neighbor's yard somewhere.
Yeah, it's like, what if you do if it is?
I mean, if it is, we're gonna have to. Well, what I would like to do, I don't know if we'll do it. What I would
Yeah.
like to do, if that's the case, then we'd have to run a new wire from our meter to where we snipped the old wire. And if that's the case, we need like a I don't know what they're called. They're like little tractor things that can make like a trench,
Yeah.
and we'd have to run it from our meter to where we snip the wires, which would be a straight line. There wouldn't really be a huge problem with that, other than like the odd root growing from our neighbor's yard or one of our nearby trees. Um, but that's another whole expense.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping that I find that intersection, or if I don't find the intersection and we call the guy to cut the line, I'm really hoping that that doesn't cut our circuit. I am at least glad I found the power line though, because it's running right next to one of our water lines. And at first I was like, oh great, like the wires just picked up the rods just picked up the water line. They didn't pick up the power line. But no, it was like 4 or 5 inches away from the water line. But there's
Okay.
nothing intersecting so far. So yeah, I don't know.
Hmm.
All I know is that my back is gonna be swole by the time I'm done. I'm gonna have abs on my back.
Back abs.
Yeah.
Alright.
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 Alright. My man.
Oh, have you seen Aquaman 2 yet?
No, I also haven't seen that one. Have you watched that one?
Nah.
Nah, dog, I ain't like that.
Nah, man, no.
It's funny. And that is the last official DC EU movie.
Yeah. That's the word on the streets.
Hmm. I'm thinking about Zack Snyder. Have you seen that meme where it's like, it's an article about Sucker Punch? Zack Snyder says like he has the footage to re-release Sucker Punch with like the extended
Director's
scenes
cut.
and make it, the director's cut, but he needs the fan support to make it happen. And then somebody says, "Just make it good the first time, bro."
Yeah, I see some people be like, "Have this guy finish a movie?" Oh yeah, it was cool the first couple of times he did it, but like now it's like seriously for every single one of your movies. It's becoming a joke.
Have you seen his Netflix movies or no?
No, I haven't. Have you?
Rebel Moon. No, I haven't seen it. Just curious.
It looks cool and all, but I just I know it's not gonna be like I just know it. I don't.
It's not going to be much beyond the visuals.
Right. He's pretty much like a pretentious Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Like it's all about the visuals, but he talks like he knows about storytelling, but he doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like be happy with the fact that you're able to make a pretty movie and then lean into that, like Michael Bay does.
Yeah.
Michael Bay doesn't like try to pretend he's making art when he makes his movies.
And it also does kind of feel like James Cameron is doing that too.
Oh, really?
I mean, I really don't get anything out of his Avatar movies, but he acts like it's the greatest thing you're ever going to see your whole life.
Oh, yeah.
But there's just nothing there for me, man. Some people like it, I guess, and that's cool, but
Right.
yeah, I can't get into those movies. I tried the first one and I was like, no, I don't think so. But yeah, that blew up. That was the most successful movie, or made the most money out of every movie in history.
Yeah.
And then the second one came out. I don't know how that one did. I assume it did really well as well. But I caught probably the last hour of that movie, hour and a half of that movie. Um, and yeah, I think I still ran into the same issue of like, I don't know if I like any of these characters or if I care about any of these characters. And I don't know if I had jumped in like 4 hours ago when the movie started, if that would have changed.
Yeah, I was like watching that movie. I was like, "Where's Aang?"
Taking a long time to get to the monk part of this story.
Like, are we starting with the waterbenders here? There's like so much water going on.
Actually, that's I think some people were saying that like he's he's going to kind of copy some of the that cartoon's ideas because like the next movie takes place with like fire people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then there's going to be I think like mountain people or something like that. So at least how like the people are fractioned up.
Yeah. So we don't call them earthbenders. We call them mountain peoples. Mountain persons.
It does blow my mind a little bit that like the same guy that came up with this directed Titanic and also Terminator 2
Right.
Judgment Day.
Very versatile.
Yeah.
Oh, hey Oliver. Sorry, man. I have not been paying attention to the chat.
Oh.
All right, let me remove it. And reshare it. Oh, yeah. All right.
Oh, I'm also looking forward to being done with all these allergies.
With all the what?
All of my allergies.
Oh yeah. Sure doesn't help being outside.
Yeah. Like having to literally swim through the the cause of all of my allergies.
What's that thing called? Immersion therapy, where you like
Yeah.
immerse yourself into whatever it is that's making you sick.
I swim through this landfill of needles, I'll be immune to all drugs. It works in theory.
In theory.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's see. Still too strong.
What process are you working on now?
I'm trying to tweak this effect on their face. I wanted it to look like water is reflecting up on them because they're staring over at a well. So just kind of playing with these effects. I don't know if you can see. I'll turn it off and on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it. Okay, so like that. Yeah, those light reflections.
Right, the water light reflections. That's kind of what I'm toying with.
Yeah.
Don't want it to be too prominent, but I do want it to be there. Yeah. Brush away that upper lid. Oh, you know what? I did watch a new show last night that I've never seen before.
What'd you watch?
It's called Route 66. And it is about... Well, the first episode, anyways, is about... It's these two guys who are traveling from New York to Louisiana to get a job on a fishing boat. And along the way, they get lost. And they ended up in this small town where everybody is just... and their car breaks down. Where everybody kind of treats them like they're aliens. And they kind of treat them like they're weird. And like nobody in the town wants to talk to them. And the name of the episode was Black November. And it turns out like the town leader or like the pillar of the community kind of guy. I guess he's killed some people there before, and so he's going to hang these guys and kill them at the end of the movie or the end of the episode. And then his son kind of steps up and says, we can't do this anymore. So it turns out that like he had lost his son in the war, and so he blamed like Germans and Nazis for killing his son, his oldest son, and so he was like murdering people who he thought were like of German descent.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Is this an older show or?
Yeah, it's from the 60s.
Oh.
But apparently it was like a really popular show during its time.
It sounds familiar, but yeah, I couldn't say I ever watched an episode of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I just don't know how I feel about this. This effect here. I'm just trying to decide. Do I want it to be stronger? Let me duplicate the layer and see if or is that too much?
Did you duplicate it?
Yeah. Do it one more time. There we go. What do you think?
I don't think it's too strong, but you may not want my opinion on that. So in terms of tone, at least, I can tell you it doesn't seem too strong.
Okay, this is just one layer, and then I duplicated it a couple of times. That's 2, and that's 3. So that's pretty strong right there.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe not all 3.
You think? Okay, so that's 2, and that's 1.
Maybe 2.
2. Okay.
That's my opinion on it, but
All right, I'll go with that then.
okay.
Merge that down, and we can get rid of this layer here. But no, but anyways, that show it kind of reminded me a little bit of like I don't want to say Twilight Zone because it wasn't like supernatural or paranormal. It probably reminded me more of like the Hitchcock Hour.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Where it's more like psychological.
Yeah, more of a thriller, I guess.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It was on Prime.
Oh, okay.
Kind of funny because like one of the guys is like really smart, and the other guy is the muscle.
Yeah.
He grew up in Hell's Kitchen. So there's like a point where he like takes on like 4 or 5 guys at a time. He's got a pretty strong New York accent. Yeah, I think I'll go with that.
I don't know if I told you. I watched the first episode of Miami Vice. It was on Prime for a little while. I don't know if it's still on there. Um, I didn't realize it was directed by Michael Mann.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was watching and I was like, this is very like it's really ambitious for a TV show.
Yeah.
I think it was, a matter of fact, it was like 2 hours long. It was like an hour and a half to 2 hours long. It felt like a movie. But yeah, I was watching. I was like, wow, this feels like a big deal for a television show back then. And then yeah, I saw at the end it was directed by Michael Mann.
Yeah, I remember the like the season finales being like really epic on that show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you weren't sure if the main characters were gonna live or not. Like it looked like they died, and then you have to wait for the following season to find out like if they survived or not. And...
Yeah.
The coolest theme song. Very 80s.
Yep.
Rocket.
Yeah, like the showdown at the end of the first episode has the Phil Collins song. I Can Feel in the Air Tonight, and that's why I was thinking like, wow, this is going pretty hard for it.
Yeah.
Miami Vice. Oh, I also started watching this other show. I don't know if I've talked to you about it yet. It's called The Rig.
Hmm. What's that about?
It's also on Prime. It's sort of like a Lost kind of feel to it. There's all these like mysterious things happening, but it happens on an oil rig somewhere off the coast of Scotland or something like that. Somewhere out there. But it's got Jorah Mormont from Game of Thrones on there.
Hmm.
He's the boss of the rig. But so they're drilling for oil. I guess they hit something, and then this mist blows in, and they send out some guys to check on the drill or something. They don't go underwater; they're just checking up on the surface of the drill.
Yeah.
And this mist flows in. One of the guys comes out. One of the guys ends up dying, and one of the guys comes out and he goes crazy. He's seeing like all these like visions of the end of the world, and he keeps saying they woke something up. And I guess it's supposed to be like Lovecraftian. I haven't gotten very far into the show, maybe like 2 or 3 episodes, but it seems like that's the route they're going.
That's pretty cool.
It's an interesting premise. Yeah, it's an interesting setup for it because it's kind of like The Thing in terms of like the isolation that they're going through. They're all like, um, this like claustrophobic environment. You can't really go far, but it's very isolating too because there's no help, there's no humanity, there's no rescuing them right now. Their radios are dead, and yeah, so it's pretty interesting. And so like all of these kind of weird things are happening around the station. Like freak tidal waves are hitting. There's a station that's like a couple of miles away, and it just blew up in the last episode, so they don't know what's going on over there. But yeah, it was an interesting episode. I think it's a BBC episode show.
Okay. Yeah, I think I have seen the like the card for it, like the show card.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. You have to let me know if you like it or not.
Yeah. I mean, so far I do like it. I like the actors in it so far.
All right, I think I'm done for today.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to finish this off tomorrow or something, or later tonight.
All right.
What about you?
Yeah, still working on it. I've tightened everything up a little bit more. I still need to do some rendering and some background on it, but it's progress.
Okay. Cool beans. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream then.
All right, sounds good.
All right, thanks anybody who watched and is catching the replay. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you later.